I'm a cowgirl. This is my horse. A doom doom.
Quigley, 4 years old. We started working in the round pen and breaking him 2 years ago, right? Things before I put my hiney in this saddle, you know, 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna run over the top of me. Is he linked up? Yes. The attention span isn't quite what we want. I should probably do a whole different video on this, but I wanna emphasize what the round pen is not. The round pen is not a torture chamber where you just put a horse and run them senselessly in circles. What is your purpose? What are you looking for? While he was out there working, I was looking for the eye turn towards me. I'm looking for the ear to turn towards me. What this horse is telling me by following me like this, 1, he's paying attention. 2, he's not scared of me. And there we go, because he took a snack, he got distracted. And that brings me to 3. We're working on attention span. Stay with me, horsey. We just entered the round pen. We saddled up in the barn up the hill there, and we came here. See, now that's a big movement. It's me releasing pressure. Turning my back, even walking away, I'm creating that draw where he wants to be with me. So we're linked up. We're fairly quiet. Good. We have worked on is moving away from pressure, so I'm looking at that butt. He's gonna move that butt. I look at that shoulder. Usually I just do this with a rope. If your horse is scattered, high-headed, wide-eyed, running over the top of you, would not recommend putting your butt in the saddle. If he's not trying or paying attention with you on the ground, if he's still running around kicking his heels in the air and calling out to his friends, he's not gonna get any better with you in the saddle. Another thing that will greatly increase your success, come out and play with him 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. Heck, even a couple weeks. Just be with him. If you're blessed with an opportunity where you can take your time, you're in no hurry to sell or train that horse, take all the time you want. We have been putting the saddle on him. That's in part 1 and 2. We've just been sliding the saddle on and off. I wouldn't recommend tying him tight the first few times you put a saddle on. Get a junky saddle, throw it up there, anticipate him running around, because that's weird. Like, they've never had anything up there before. Take into consideration these prey animals. When something starts to hold and constrict, like a cinch, it does trigger a bit of a panic or flight response. The first few times you put that cinch on, just don't go to reefing on it. Slap the, like, just make sure we're totally comfy with all that. Slap, slap. No big deal. This boy is perfectly comfortable with me. He's comfortable with his equipment. This is not the first time he's worn his big boy clothes. I'm going to send him out now, walk, trot, canter, wearing the big boy clothes. See how it's thumping around up there? Going. I'm going to step out towards that eye, ask him to look at me. Good job. Reinforcing that connection. Other way. Good job. I like what I see. He looks like a quiet boy. They don't have to be dripping with sweat to get on. And look at me. Good boy. Yep. Okay. Let's see if we can we'll bridle him up in the middle with no restraints. All very good. He did reach out and bump it with his nose, which, he's curious. He's not afraid of it. We worked on a lot of conditioning. He's okay with me touching his forehead. This is where the bridle is going to go, introducing it, just holding it there at his lips. If your colt doesn't open up right away, that's okay. We want this to be painless and not scary. So just take your time. If his head's way up here and he's not letting that bridle near him, then that's probably a sign you need to work on softening. Put him back in his halter, break it up. He's not ready. There are plenty of older horses that still throw their head high in the air. I would recommend taking your time to figure out why they're doing that. You're going to want to make sure before getting up there that he understands some very basic things. When I pull, I'm pulling on the right, that he's going to give to that. I don't want to overdo this because I don't want to create a noodle-necked horse that's broken here at the shoulder. Ideally, we're going to get up there quickly and start moving his feet to where he's following his nose with his feet. And now we're going to go to the left, his left. And just hold that until his head comes around. Head comes around. We're just waiting. He's moving his body and it's a little confusing, but that's all I was asking for right there. I stayed with him till the spinning stopped. I just wanted that softness. So make sure he understands those two basic things so you have some kind of steering when you get up there. He's calm, he's chewing on his bit. That's fine, let him play with it. He understands the basics. He's not afraid of the saddle. Make sure your gear is on tight enough. I'm gonna run this up one more hole. There is no shame in using a stepping stool. Personally, I think they get in the way. I don't want something happening and we trip on a mounting block. You're gonna take the reins, make sure we rock the saddle around, both left and right. I'm gonna keep doing this till he holds still. Yep, because that's ultimately what we want, is for him to control his emotions. Just come back to me, stop moving, take the reins, put your foot up there. Remember to breathe. You're gonna 1, 2, 3. You're gonna flop and drop. That's it. Both sides. This side's really ugly. 1, 2, 3. And down. Whether you plan on mounting the horse from the left or right exclusively doesn't matter. We're just teaching him once again, excuse me, I'm out of breath. Getting on both sides is just another lesson in accepting pressure, managing his emotions, and people just do weird things. We did a little hoppy thing, slap the bottom, do a little hoppy, take the rein, swing the leg, and sit. Now, if he moves, do not freak out. He comes to a stop, get down. That was your first ride. Congratulate yourself. Congratulate your horse. That is a huge deal. Second ride? Are you still filming? Okay. Second ride. He just thinks I'm weird at this point. I just do weird stuff. If you feel like going for another ride, you're like, hey, that wasn't a big deal, then more power to you. Yes, I'm out of breath because getting on an unbroke colt is scary. I don't care how cute or small, you just never freaking know. 1, 2, 3, up. No. Okay. Back. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna catch himself, that's fine. Both feet in the stirrup this time. Het. Rock that saddle. Start steering. Rock that saddle. Woo-wee. Good. Now I'm gonna put pressure right here till he stops. Till he stops. That was your second ride. That's it. Keep in mind, horses do not learn from pressure like spurs and hitting. They learn when that stops. That's all horse training is pressure and release. Pressure and release. So why am I telling you that? Because it all translates up there in the saddle. It should be pretty boring then. Exciting in the fact that you're getting on an unbroke, unproven colt. Ugh. Why did I do that? Because he's done that a few times now where I get up and he starts walking without me asking. He's also learning when I do this, you're gonna wait on me. Good boy. Third ride. Get a little greedy. Start bumping those sides. Think forward. And off we go. That's awesome. We're done. Why? Because that's all we've got right now. Foot. 1, 2, 3. Up and hold still. Boom. Fourth. third or fourth. Breathe, wipe the sweat. Oh, don't drop the reins like I just did. I'm gonna, that right rein, follow your nose. There we go. Yep, and we're cruising. Breathe when you're up here, breathe, breathe. Do not panic and pull back on those reins. I think that was ride number 4, but your horse is only as calm as you are. If you're up there freaking out, which I'm gonna admit, I'm scared, I'm sweating, I'm out of breath, praying to God, and I'm thankful every time the Lord lets me sit on one of these creatures and everything goes well. And do not be pulling on those reins. These youngsters who don't know anything, it's claustrophobic, it's sudden. This is way more severe than a spur. This is way more severe than a whip. This is in their mouth. So you've got to respect that and be very, very careful. If anything, stay safe, breathe, and don't yank on their face. Till next time. Goodbye, horses.
Can you calm down?
Get on a few more.
Bo, calm down.
My gorgeous cameraman and my Colt Quigley. Look at, he can ride. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Off into the sunset we go. I'm gonna film you.
How was that, Bo? No, you don't.
Oh, okay.
You're not mic'd.
Okay. Oh, he's got poop in his hair. Left. Move our feet. Left. Oh, I know. It's weird. Whew. And we're running. And we're going. Oh, we're doing stuff. Oh, we're doing important things. We are doing important things today. Okay, we're gonna pose.
Okay.
Are we too shadowed?
Let me zoom in on you. Zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. Let me lighten you up a little bit.